we have no idea what's going in the boxes that are coming from China. There's no government legislation to tell us what the casting is made of.
But the bit that actually does the work,
we have nothing in the UK at the moment.
So therefore reusing the original gear that was made by, in that case, Ford, is the way to go.
Hi Matt, you okay? Oh. Matt, you met this man.
Hello mate, how you doing? You all right? Nice to meet you.
So this has come in, we want to have a look at it. So if we can start stripping it, we can inspect it as we go in. I also want to go through what we keep and what we don't keep, please.
Okay. Right, stripping time. So this is Matt, and we're going to tear this thing to pieces, right? Okay. This is one of two. It's actually leaking.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So the first thing is what? The piston's being wound out.
Yeah.
There. So let's just go basics on the piston's job is to create pressure to squeeze the pads against the disc and then slow your car down.
So every caliper we make, so up to 600,000-700,000 we'll make this year, we 100% put a brand new piston in.
Right. Okay.
Because,
really?
Yeah. Everything. We don't know whether it's worn, whether it's damaged. So we put 100% new pistons in it and rubber components, which you'll see.
Can I have a look at that? Okay, so that is the piston.
Yeah.
So it's this section around the outside.
Yeah. So it's this
seals.
where it'll move up and down on the seals.
Right. So when you apply pressure with brake fluid to the back of that,
the push rod will push it out.
Yeah.
It'll turn and it'll then go against the pads and then against
your car.
disc.
Okay. So you're telling me that you're not going to reuse that?
No, we're not going to use that. It's a worn part.
Right, because it's a moving part.
Because it's a moving part. So for us, we wouldn't take the risk of using that again.
Okay, so microscopically you can't see it, but there'll be wear on that.
Exactly.
So wear on the side of there, that for that reason, that goes back in the bin.
That goes back into the bin.
With the Chinese one.
With the Chinese one you threw in there as well. Yeah.
All right, so that's scrap, right.
Okay.
What else, what do we keep of what we got here?
So obviously we'll inspect the casting to make sure there's no major damage. All rubber components will be thrown away.
Yeah.
So again, they'll go into the same bin.
What is the point of that? What does that thing actually do?
That is saving any debris getting into the piston.
Okay.
And then marking obviously where and then potentially it'll damage the seal and the seal will make it fail.
Right. Okay. Okay. Sorry, Matt. You carry on, mate.
So again, the main seal we'll throw away. We won't even look at that.
Is that caliper this caliper?
That caliper is that caliper. So every caliper we've got in our range, which is over 7,000, we all have a picture with work instructions on it.
Right, so these guys here can refer to that as this is how it's supposed to be. Wow,
the last thing I want to do is send the wrong caliper to the customer.
I cannot wait to see that old banger look like that.
It will do, trust me.
No way. As far as I was aware though, like most other companies that do what you do, they usually go again with the piston.
Yeah, there is companies that will reuse that piston, but again, the nature of the product, what it does, we don't take any risk with ZF.
Okay, that's really interesting. Yeah, absolutely. You've got ZF breathing down your back.
Exactly. And it's the right thing to do.
Absolutely, yeah, okay. So in other words, so what we've learned from this stripping stage here, and what's coming out here then,
Second circlip.
Second circlip that holds the bottom push rod in.
I've never actually seen, it sounds ridiculous here, because brakes being remanufactured or refreshed is the kind of stuff you don't ever usually get to see inside of.
Yep.
But I'm seeing there's a helical. Hang on, what's that?
That's the push rod. That's what makes the piston work. Okay, that'll have a seal there. Again, we'll inspect the push rod, we'll throw the seal away, inspect and clean all these components.
Right, so you've got a helical coil on there, there's an Archimedes thread on that.
Yep.
So what I don't understand here then is how the fluid is turning the pressure of fluid into, I just figured it was the pressure on the back of this, but what's the point of that?
So that allows the piston to move up and down.
Okay.
So when the brake pipe is moving the lever's moving, and it's moving the piston.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the piston rotates?
Yes.
Right, okay, right. So from inspection of what I've delivered here, have you managed to spot anything yet that is the reason you're thinking this is leaking?
Not yet, no. Potentially what we look at to see if there's any wear in this area.
Yeah.
Wear on there. We also look at the inlets, is also something potentially, but that thread looks, by eye, looks okay.
Yeah.
And we also look at the bleed screw thread.
Right, okay, right. I'm fascinated that you actually remake these, because to me, I would be doing an inspection of the outer surface of that and go, oh, that looks all right, we'll go again with that.
Well, we make them ourselves here on site. We can show you that.
Can we see that?
Yeah.
Right, come on, let's have a look.
So this is our 4-axis CNC machine where we make some of our pistons.
I guarantee this is going to be your favourite part of the process. What are we doing here?
So as we said, we make our own pistons on site.
Yep.
So it starts its life like that.
Look at that.
And it finishes its life like that.
Right. Feast your eyes on that. That is just a thing of beauty. That is something that, in fact, if I owned that, I don't even have a desk. I haven't even got an office. If I had an office and a desk, I'd own that and stick it on there, use it as a paperweight. So that is a piston, similar to the one that we pulled out over there, that's machined on this machine here.
Exactly.
What's that going in?
So that's going in at one of our calipers.
No, it's not. It's going in my pocket. Right, come on, show me how this thing works.
So, as we said, 4-axis machine,
yep.
Making the pistons, machining it as we speak. One's just finishing now.
Oh, dude, I love.
As we can see that coming off.
I don't know about you, but I absolutely love CNC machines. The fact that you can chuck in an old knackered looking piece of steel.
And it comes out looking
looking like that thing in my pocket. It's not coming out of my pocket ever again until I get home.
We'll charge you for it.
That in my pocket means I need to go and get myself an office and a desk now.
Exactly.
Yeah. But nobody takes me seriously. It's never going to happen.
Possibly. That's why you need a desk.
Yeah. Oh, look at this thing here. You can just see it's just chowing its way. It's just chomping its way through that steel.
Very clever, isn't it?
Oh, and it's working on it from both sides then. So this is a 4-axis machine that's actually kind of making two things at the same time.
Yes, that's right.
That is an amazing thing. So the tolerances this is made to, what we're looking at here.
So everything we work to is OE spec.
Right.
So ZF, OE spec is what we work to.
So OE, original equipment. So the quality, and I'll show you one more time, but it is going back in my pocket. So the tolerances of that
are exactly the same what's coming out of the original equipment caliper.
Right, so that is the same as came out of Ford, but without any wear on it.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
And it's been made today.
Where are they coming out? Can we see them on the other end? Yeah, check this out.
So you can see it's there, ready, finished.
No way. And there it is.
That
is warm. It's lovely
warm,
that is.
especially.
Mate, it's retaining all that heat. And that is the other one, the matching one for the back.
Yep.
So what's next in the remanufacturing of calipers?
So the next process is cleaning the caliper.
Okay, I'll just put that one back.
Yeah, you
in
put
my
that
pocket.
One back.
Oh wow. What's this place
So
then?
this is a cleaning process, stripping process and inspection process.
Right,
ready.
cleaning. So in other words, if you've got some old calipers at home, this is where they come to get stripped down and cleaned up.
This is the first part of the process.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on here, a lot of noise going on here, but still, get your eyes around these bad boys. So what are we looking at here?
So what we've got here is two what we call degreasing machines.
Yep.
So they degrease the calipers.
Okay.
So they're ready then to go through our bigger H blaster.
So these are how they've come off your car in effect.
So these are basically how they come off your car.
Years of road grease and brake dust and all sorts of stuff.
So being stripped by the guys.
Yep.
Once they've been through a 20-minute cycle, they come out looking like that.
I'll tell you what's really interesting about this is, you know how grease and road fill, I mean, it looks horrific there, but it's actually protecting your caliper.
Exactly.
I mean, look at that. So that's degreased, and yes, there's been some surface for us that's removed from that, but it's actually in remarkably good condition, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So what's next after this then? So we've now degreased them.
So we degreased them.
Okay, come on. Follow me around here then.
So we've got some aluminium there.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at the size of that. That is a monster. What the hell is that caliper off?
Off a BMW.
Is it a
Probably a 5 Series or something.
No
like
way, right, so a BMW caliper, single pot caliper, aluminium very light. What happens to aluminium next? Is that done?
Sorry?
Is that done at that?
No, we go put a different shop machine.
Okay.
Just to finish it off to make sure it's clean.
Lovely looking thing that.
Thank you.
Right, so that's the alley, and now steel. Okay.
So what the guys are doing here, inspecting to make sure the casting's good.
Yep.
Goes through the H blaster.
Okay. So I'm just going to have a little look at one of these. So this is interesting. So that is degreased, but now it's all about getting rid of any surface rust. As soon as you touch anything steel, literally even the oils and the moisture on your hand means it starts rusting, right? Hence why these guys on the finish line, you'll see them wearing rubber gloves, right? So that goes in for a removal. There you go. Thank you. A removal of any surface rust, even stuff that you cannot even see. But when it comes out,
it looks like that.
There you go. Look at that. And that's a Volkswagen Audi Group 1.
Yeah.
That's lovely and warm, isn't it? I mean, that colour as well, I don't know if you can see, that's got a sort of titanium feel to it. But what's the next thing for that?
So what we do now, we go off site to be galvanised plated.
Right.
And that just basically protects the casting in the position of the car.
Right, so what's next for us, considering we've got all these parts to do? Is it assembly?
Fun bit now, putting it all back together.
Sweet. And I would fit that in my pocket if I could. But
I know, but you can't.
I've got an Audi, I've got a car that would fit actually.